Hey there, it's John back with you from TC Squared, and welcome to video 3 of our How to Craft an Amazing Offer series. Thanks for joining me. Before we crack into it, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button just down there. If you're seeing this on social media or anywhere, then by all means follow, like, or share. If you're following us or subscribe to us, of course, you will get notified when we release new content. So that way you'll always be up to date, and there's plenty more to follow, of course. So this is video 3 in this series. If you missed the first 2 videos, I'll have links below where you can go and catch those. They're always available on our website as well under the blog section. So in this video, we're talking about price, the price of your product and service, and the role and where price fits in as one of the elements of your amazing offer. Now, price, of course, and understandably so, is something that people spend a lot of time on. You know, is my product priced right? Am I competitive? And whatnot. Now, there's obviously a couple of scenarios with pricing, right? Or a couple of scenarios with your offers. Now, if for most people, you're going to be selling a product or service that is, at least in some way, unique to you, right? Either you do it in a unique way, or your product does a unique thing if you're developing your own product. Now, the other group of people are going to be people that are selling a physical product that is the same. So you're a reseller of somebody else's product, and you have competitors who are selling the same product, right? And you're all selling it at the same price. Or maybe some people are trying to sell it at a lower price than you. So there's 2 distinct groups there. And I'm going to say for the most part that people tend to think that their price needs to be lower than it actually should be. Okay, so people have a tendency, businesses have a tendency to underprice themselves. Or they have this perception that people will pay a lower price than they could actually be charging, right? And the reason for that is, or the place, or should I say, the reason that you could, that you can charge more than you think for your product is if you have an amazing offer. So if your price is part of an amazing offer. And the reason for that is because the price that people will be prepared to pay for your product or service is determined by the value that they perceive in your offer. Right? I'm going to say that again because this is something I really want to sink in for you. The price that people are prepared to pay for your product or service is determined by the value that they perceive in your offer. So remember, your price being one element of your offer, right? Along with your risk reversal, along with your value add, along with your trust, etc., etc. And how they perceive the value in your offer is how you deliver that value to them, how you explain that value to them as part of your marketing message. So that was video 2, where we started to look at how do you build the marketing message, the right marketing message for an amazing offer, right? And so if you are successful with your marketing message, or if you're successful in getting your prospects to understand the value in your offer, you can attach whatever price you want to it. The main thing is that the value you're presenting has to match that price in your customers' minds. If it doesn't, then they will say, well, it's too expensive. I'm not going to pay that. These guys are crazy. They're out of their mind, right? Now, but if your value is up there, even if you're charging what looks to be in your market a more expensive product, right? Then you will still be able to sell it if they understand the value. And if you've got a higher price and they understand the value, and you can get people to understand the value that you're delivering and how you're delivering more value than your competitors, then your product will become the premium option in your market. And once you're regarded as the premium option in your market, then people will buy your product because it's the premium option, right? The value then becomes implied in a sense because you're the premium option in that market. And this is how brands who become known as the premium option in their market become the premium option in their market, right? It's not because they just slapped a price on it, an expensive price on it, and people are just paying it because it's expensive. It's because they got their first customers to understand the value in their product or service, in the value in their offer that was attached to that price. And over time, that became accepted, right, by more and more people, and they became the premium product in their market. Now, if you're selling exactly the same product as other people, right? If you're selling, a Westinghouse fridge, right, against other white goods retailers who are also selling Westinghouse fridges, right? People are selling that exact model. You might be locked into a minimum advertised price, right? So you can't go lower than anyone else, and going low is never a great strategy usually, but you don't want to go too far above other people. You can still get away with a higher price in those circumstances if you're having a problem where everybody's on the same price and you've got people who are trying to undercut that, but you can't go there and you're worried about that. Well, your offer can get you around that pricing problem, right? If you blow the rest of your offer out of the water, if you have amazing risk reversal, if you have amazing delivery terms for how people get your product or service, if you can demonstrate huge trust in your business, if your marketing message rocks, right, then you're delivering people will perceive a higher level of value in your business and your offer than they will your competitors, even though the price is the same, or even if you're a little bit higher. They'll say, well, I'm prepared to do a bit more. I'm prepared to go a bit further in terms of my wallet because I understand that I'm actually getting more from these guys, even though the price is a bit higher. I'm getting more from these guys than I am from these other guys who might have a little bit lower price, but man, they look dodgy, or I just can't trust them, or they don't have that extra value proposition, right? Now, of course, there is a stretch there. Like if one person's selling that fridge for $1,000, you can't go and sell it for $5,000 and say, well, the value in my offer is going to get me above that. Of course, that's extreme. But you can have a gap in your price in that circumstance. So I guess what I want you to take away from this video is that pricing is an important part of your offer, right? But by no means is it the most important part of your offer, because if you absolutely nail all of the elements of your offer, if you can get your marketing message to communicate the value and to get people to accept the value for any given price, then you can set the price that you like, right? And that's how, if I step into my world, the world of marketers and marketing gurus out there, right? You've got people, selling services. There's agencies out there who build websites, right? And some of them are charging $10,000, right, for a website. Some are charging $25,000 for a website, while there's other people who, are charging $1,000 for a website. $500, you can go and get a website for $500. You can get one for less than that. So how are the people that are selling the $25,000 website, how are they making any money when you can go and get a website for, you could pick somebody up on a project for the same price? Well, it's because their offer is perceived as being more valuable, right? They can get their their prospects to understand the value in that $25,000 price tag. And they look at it and their prospects are saying, yeah, I know I can get one for $1,000, but man, I'm getting so much more value with the $25,000 offer. So I'm going to take that up, assuming of course they have $25,000 to spend. So that's the role that price plays in your offer. Or maybe put it another way, that's the way that your offer and your offer seen as a whole as being much more than just your price is important to your business, and why you need to really work hard on crafting an amazing offer. Because if you can craft an amazing offer, you can charge more for your product or service. And if you can charge more for your product or service, if you can increase the amount of money that people are spending with you, and if you can demonstrate more value, by the way, your conversion rate will also go up, which will get you even more customers. But one of the 3 core ways to grow any business is to increase your average order value. And so if you can increase the price on your product or service by demonstrating and giving a higher perception of value to your market, then you will grow your business without buying more traffic, without spending more on marketing. And so that is the power of price and the power of having an amazing offer. So with that, we'll leave it there. This was a quick one today. We'll be back very soon with video 4 in this series, so keep an eye out for it. As always, enjoy, and I hope your business is going well.